All right, greetings everyone. This is A-Team Trading Strategies. Welcome to our Taco Tuesday trading session. Yeah, this happened today, and the whole bond auction thing. That pullback that I've been anticipating finally arrived today. One day after I got out of my puts. Oh, yeah, old market maker got me again. But that's all right. What are you gonna do? I was talking with a live trader today, Clay Trader, cool dude, but he doesn't believe me that the institutions control this stuff. I'm like, well, okay, man, whatever. You believe what you want, but when you see all kinds of blue chip stocks doing the exact same thing every single day, I mean, that tells me something. But in any case, what do we believe the market maker is doing? Well, I still think it's the same thing. They just need to get this lower for lower prices, and I think they did. Um, I was expecting them to go back down into the red zone here, but I'm not so sure. I'm thinking the lowest it'll probably go is just bounce right off of here and go on up. And this supply zone has now become our demand zone. But yeah, let's just mark off the previous day's high and low. No, wait. No. Oops. Right here, that's where it is. One day. So let's just check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Overall, we are in a bull market, I believe. We are still going up. I mean, still on our way out of this hole to all time highs, I believe. This is just a pullback, pre planned. And, the bond auctions, good excuse. Never let a good crisis go to waste, so to speak. But we'll see. We'll see how drastic this thing is. This big red candle just changed the narrative on everything. Everybody's talking like, "Oh yeah, this is it, the end of the world." Nah, I'm not. I'm just kidding. Not everybody. We may still have room to go. We may still have further to go. But I was anticipating this pullback 5850 to 5900, so it's here. Boom. Still got 2 days of the week left. I'm thinking maybe two small red candles, and we end the week red. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We could go further. If we go too far now, like say 5600 or less, yeah, this may take a while to recover. And we may not be going to all time highs before the end of this month, like I was thinking, or early June, but probably not till August or September. But we'll see how the rest of the week plays out. But for now, this is what we got. So we just play the cards that we are dealt. Nothing else we can do. So the low is 584775. 584775. Previous high down here somewhere, up here somewhere. 595825. 595825. Okay, so there's our range. Now let's see where we're at. We're down towards the previous low of day, which is not surprising. And let's look for our first trade, huh? Been trading kind of just sideways ever since the great fall today, you know? Boom, 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 and then end of session ended quite undramatically. And we've been floating up ever since. Now let's see the momentum of this move here. Let's see the volume profile. What is the volume profile telling us? Well, okay, the POC, we're above the POC. Let's see. Kind of towards the top range of the RSI right now. Yeah, 5 and 10 minute. Hmm. 1 minute, we're a little towards the bottom, so I don't know. Just kind of stale right now. Boom, boom. Let's see. Low volume. Volume picks up. Looks like we have sellers here, or more sell orders trying to push this thing down. Honestly, but maybe not. I don't know. Hard to tell. Eh, yeah, I'm gonna say we got more pressure to the downside at this moment, even though we've just been floating up, but hasn't been really a big move at all, has it? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wait a little bit, and we're doing pretty good. We're up 2,000 right now, so we're still not back at our all-time high on this account. We were up by 5 grand at one point, but I think a lot of that was just luck too. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if we get a green candle or two to go in short here. Get ready to sell. Keep it kind of conservative, just at two contracts. And now we just wait. All right, so I just went ahead and went in short there. We're gonna put our stop probably right here above the body of this candle. $500 stop there. It's looking weak. It's looking like it wants to go down now. At least to the VWAP. We'll see. Unless this thing just shoots up at the last second, but doesn't look like it. I don't want to really go in long with the RSI being so high. I probably should have only gone for one contract, to be honest, but oh well. See what she does. Alrighty. Well, we lost our first trade of the night, but I think we are in a better position to go ahead and short again. Oh, we're at 250 there. Let's see if it comes back down. Double top? Huh? Huh? Maybe? Maybe? We'll see. I don't know where I have that yellow line from, honestly. Like, why is that a key level? I have no clue. Well, maybe I just marked the top of that. I don't know. I mean, it rejected off of there before. A little lower than that. Bring this down a tick or two. 175. So, you probably wonder, why am I betting short when it's looking like we're on a trend up? Well, it's only because of the volume on each of the bars. Got these upper wicks here. I really do think the sell pressure is on, especially within the context of what has happened today. But I could be totally wrong. Maybe I should be reversing this position, huh? I should have, yeah, I should have gone long down here. But hey, hindsight's 2020. It looked like it might have wanted to break through, but it did not. Did not. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. All right, so it just poked through and got me that time. So I guess we're going long. you know, going long. Gotta wait. This has got to pull back though. Man, I'm going again. I know it's gonna win one of these times. It's got to. It's following that general trend. Let's draw the trend channel here. Let's go up a little higher. There we are. 350. Let's see this drop back down, folks. Come on. We're way up high on the RSI. It's gotta be losing strength, right? Gotta be. Not off to the greatest start. Boy, took a good chunk off of our P&L. But hey, what are you gonna do? Happens sometimes. Happens sometimes. You know what? Just cause. We're gonna add two more to this. Yep, we'll let it go with that. See if we can make some of our money back. And we'll targeting that. There we go. We actually have a target price. Right there. Right above it. Just slightly bigger than a 1-to-1 risk to reward. See if we can get some of that back. And then we'll just reverse to go long. Play this channel. See if it just keeps on playing out. Well. Well. This thing's still coming against us, isn't it? Funny stuff. It just keeps on keeping on. On low volume. Come on. Let's come on back down. Come back down to earth here. Nope. So no, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna stop you out first. There we are. These markets are funny. Very funny nowadays. But it's staying true to this channel. I mean, look at it. It's just right there. Almost to the tick. Yep. Pretty uniform and mechanical. Alright, so let's see how far this thing will come down. First sign of red in a little while. A little bit. See if these bears can just bring it on back down to my target price here. Well, they're having a tough go of it. It's not immediate, that's for sure. Alright, I want to risk a little bit more because I don't want to be stopped out here. That's a big risk. But, hey, I think we are going to win on this if we just don't get stopped out. So, we'll let it go. We'll let it go. We're in the lion market, baby. You gotta be a little braver than usual. Oh boy. You know, it was funny too. The guy I was talking to, I was just talking to him through chat. I really do appreciate the guys that actually talk to the commenters, you know. He was like, I bet you're one of those that believe in stop hunts too. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. It's like I see it happen all the time, man. They get me all the time, even on paper trades. You know, not necessarily because my order even shows on the order book, but you know, because I imagine I'm not the only one trading. You know, with my stops at a certain place, and I see it all the time. When you see a candle just pop up like that on speed, you bet they're hunting stops, man. And the next candle is just red right down. Come on, what else is that? That's a stop hunt, man. It's just the institutions getting orders where they can get them, man. It's all about the liquidity. And who's the liquidity? Us suckers, you know. That's who it is. Or other institutions, you know. It's not like all the institutions are in cahoots with each other. Some of them might be, but you know, but they're very similar in their tactics. And usually, when you have an institutional trade, you think they're going to have a tight stop like that? No. Who has those tight stops like that? Day traders, day traders, retail traders. You know, I'm like, you can't deny it. I mean, we see it happen all the time. This doesn't happen by mistake. I mean, there's a lot of randomness to the market, of course. You have all kinds of variables, infinite variables. But at certain key points in time, things are not by chance. You know, there are moments in the market where you know this is not by chance. This is manufactured. But hey, what are you gonna do? Some people are still in the matrix. You know, still normies. I understand. I understand completely. But when I was thinking that way before I was enlightened to all this, um, I would lose far more than I ever won. You know, it really is life changing, people. I mean, once you see how the big money does things, think about it. I just saved my stop, right? And I saved myself a lot of money. I could probably get out right now and just close it out for less of a loss than had I just left my stop there. But I saw it coming. It was coming. I knew they were going to try to stop me out, along with the rest of the peeps that have their little stops above this imaginary line. And of course, but nobody else is putting their stop way up here, or at least not nobody else, but far less. But they got what they needed. Now they're coming back down. It's just that's how it goes, man. It's how it goes. I don't think retail's trying to pump this up right now. You know, I think when retail is like, oh, this pullback is here. Or they're thinking, I told you, recession, all this was fake. Stupid retail been pumping it up the whole time. It's like, yeah, it's a standard narrative out there, man. Once they get all the fish swimming in the same direction, that's when they open that net and they're like, come on, swim right in. We'll eat you up. Drag you into the boat, cut you up, and put you into the can. And ship you off to put you on the shelves, you know? But I gotta tell you, from what I saw of him, he was a good trader though. Very patient and used he didn't have a whole lot of indicators. You know, the good traders that I see that win, they don't have a bunch of indicators that they use. They just it's very simple. They have a volume profile, a few moving averages, volume bars, and that's about it. You know, I like using the RSI myself. But again, what is the relative strength indicator? All it's showing you is the speed of the move and volume. Takes all those factors into consideration. Shows you, and a lot of traders use it. So, you know, it gives you an idea of where people are going in short or long. But sometimes this indicator don't mean anything. You know, man, looking at this candle, I'm thinking, yeah, I probably should have gotten out of my trade. Oh well. Looking for a bigger pullback than that, though. I really am. I'd be surprised if this thing just keeps pumping up straight up like this. But you never know. It's just, where is the key resistance? That's what we got to figure out. Where is the key resistance going to be found? I'm saying right here. You know, you had that last little push of the day, and then right back down. So this is the channel, really. I'm thinking for this part of the session anyway. If we break up above here, then of course it's going to be up here, this channel. But we'll see. We'll see. Live and learn. Hopefully every trade we're learning something new just about ourselves and about our strategies, how we look at the thing, how we look at the market, how we manage our risks. But yeah, I'm willing to lose 1450 on this because I believe this night will have more potential, and I do believe it's going to be towards the downside. I don't see this thing floating back up into the previous day's range. I mean, much higher. But I could be dead wrong, you know? Could be dead wrong. I could be $1,450 wrong. But that's a chance I'm willing to take. We're way above the VWAP right now. And way above any kind of significant points of control, so thinking we just go back down. Way overbought. Not way overbought, but overbought. 5, 10, and the 1 minute. 1 minute. We could have a little pop up, but not significant. So we wait. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take off my target price, leave my stop. I mean, it's looking like we're hitting the top here. Just the formation of these candles. Either that or this is a bull flag and it's just going right up and stopping me out. So, either way, if this drops, I think we got a significant gain here. So, I'm just going to remove the target and we're going to see what happens, you know? Going to see what happens. All we need is this thing to flush down, and got a good bet here. Got a good win. And it's looking like as I said, either it's a bull flag or it's a good reversal here, and we're going down for the night. We may just hold this trade. Yeah, so there goes the bull flag. So, I'm thinking my guess is correct. We're just going to keep going down for the rest of the night. Down to where, though? That's the question. Probably back down to this level right here. 58.50. We may retest this. We may bounce through here, but eventually we will be reaching probably the previous low of day. Yeah. If I had to guess, that would be my guess. That's where my money is right now. So we're gonna wait and see if we can get in a good spot and move our stop loss down for a profit instead of so much loss, and get out of our risk and see if we can ride the bear down. Not really a bear. Let's ride the lion, baby. Let's ride the lion down. All right, we'll see. Oh, and while we're watching me lose this trade, there's another funny comment today that I saw. They're like, yeah, record retail inflows last Tuesday or whatever. I'm like, how do you know this? And they're like, JP Morgan said so. I'm like, oh, okay. So we trust JP Morgan and Chase now. I gotcha. We're trusting what the institutions say, huh? Because I was saying, nah, man, this is all just been institutions trading, trading with each other. Ain't nobody want any part of this market right now, man. You know? All those people that got their 401ks cashed out or whatever, sold their stocks, liquidated, and holding cash, you think they're coming right back in right now? Especially after that rocket of a move after the China tariff pause? No way, man. No way. They didn't even want to short this thing either because it just kept on floating up higher and higher. You know? I mean, we may have a little bit more liquidity in the market now on the short side. I don't care what their little fear or greed index says either. Like, who puts out this stuff? The people that want to control you, duh. So, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of humorous. Like, JP Morgan and Chase told me that all those orders were retail orders. And I'm like, oh, yeah, really? It's like, so you're telling me when I click buy or sell, that order there, along with all the other retail guys, it's just labeled, hey, this is retail. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny, man. The propaganda and the psyops really does work. It really does. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a psyops unit in our army, in our armed forces. It's funny. I hope people learn. It's just a sad state of affairs, how we as a people are nowadays. But it's okay. It's all right. Okay, so right here, before I do this, I just want to explain to you the thinking, okay? I'm going to be moving my stop down because at this point, if it comes back up to this candle, I'm going to get stopped out anyway. So might as well lose 1,000 instead of 1,400. We're going to save ourselves a little bit of money. But I'm still thinking this is going to flush. I mean, look at this move, right? Lower volume than this move. This was just choppiness, you know? Bulls have won temporarily, but I think the Bears are going to come in. We got to get back to this VWAP or this POC down here, in my opinion. You know, again, none of us can predict the future, and I don't know. Big egos out there in the trading world. They want to like come off as if they can predict the future, or they're like so conservative and they got the magic formula. There is no magic formula, people. You just got to be in this and pray a little bit and examine your reasoning over and over. Like, why do you have your stop there? You know, why do you have your target price there or whatever? Why do you not have a target price? Why did you enter there? Just re-examine. And oftentimes, you don't even know if your entry is good until a few candles are formed afterwards, and then that'll clarify your mind. But, I agree with the guy that said, I don't know what his name is, but the best traders, they can hang on to winners longer and they can get rid of their losers quicker. That's all it's about. It's like being able to learn on the fly, interpret data very quickly, and mitigate your losses and increase your wins. So like right here is a key factor here. Do we still have momentum on the RSI? Yes. Do we have room to go? Yes. Does this top still look like a reversal to me? Yes. So we're just going to hang on to it. We could be dead wrong though. Could be. And you know what? Right now, as it stands, since we're seeing that candle, I'm going to move my stop down even further now. Because if it stops here, it's definitely going to stop here. If it stops there, it's definitely going to stop up there. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. We're below the bottom VWAP right now. But we still got a minute 38 seconds left on this candle. So we still got time left on this candle. I'm thinking bigger flush. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. I just feel it. I feel it. All the data's telling me that's what's going to happen. We got this big old green candle here. Fair value gap, right? So, yeah, I think we're at least going to test here. Probably, I think they just want that VWAP. And then we may bounce off of there. So that's probably my target price right there. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to put this stop further down now. Lock in a profit. Ensure this is a winner. Just in case it just goes flying back up. You know. So it's a profitable trade either way. Still doesn't make up for our losses so far, but that's alright. We've still got more chances. If it comes flying back up, it stops me out. I'm just going to go long. Because it'll still be playing out this little channel here. But I'm seeing uptick in volume, which is telling me this is an uptick in momentum on this way down. Still got plenty of gas left on the RSI, so I'm good with it. Maybe move it down a little bit further, 200, right? Let's just see. Either this breaks or it doesn't, and that VWAP holds, and we're definitely bullish for the time being. But that's really what it's all about. Is like, are you fickle enough to where they could change your mind really fast? You know, are you easily manipulated? This might be a good buy here. But we're only going to do one contract this time. You know, are you one of those guys that change your mind for nothing? You know, like a little scaredy cat. You know, because you're the one who's just donating to the market makers and fluffing up those 401ks and retirement accounts. You know, if that's you. But if you can stick to your guns, you know, when you know you're right, and you just double down and end up winning in the end, that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter about your accuracy rate. You know, however you want to stroke your ego, how well you could guess the future. It has nothing to do with that. Not in day trading. You know, maybe if you're like good doing long trades and long, you know, more short term investments through options and weekly options and monthly options and leaps and all that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, that might count for something. You know, maybe you're the next Michael Burry. Who knows? But it has nothing to do with that when you're like trying to scalp. You got to be able to like cut your losers fast. You know? Like right here, look. I'm seeing this wick, right? So let's just look at the 1 minute real quick and see where we're at. Well, I think we're good. You know, a little quick bump down kind of makes me want to shake out of this trade, but you know what we're going to do? I'm going to bring it down here. Kind of makes it, you know, shakes me up a little bit, put me in fear, but you got to stay calm, cool, and collected. And that's the difference between paper trading, which I'm doing right now, and real live trading. That's why you got to treat your money that you put in here like it's nothing. You know, you can't be too attached to these numbers here. Because if you are, you're going to get shaken out, you're going to get scared, and you're not going to be able to double down on your right decisions. You know, when you get stop hunted, you're not going to be able to come right back in, try to win that money, because then you're going to be like, oh, no, I'm just going to keep losing more and more. I'm telling you, the way you lose the most money is when you go short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, and you keep losing on each one, and you get more tilted, and then you keep making worse and worse decisions, and you don't even know why you're doing it anymore. That's where you lose your money. All right. From my experience, I speak from experience, and I'm not speaking from like years back. I'm talking about like recent experience. You guys watch these videos, right? You see how what happens to me sometimes. I mean, it's just We're all human. And it just happens, But as we practice, as we go further along, day by day, we're going to get better at this. And hopefully get more subscribers so we could go live. I would love to go live, talk with people, you know? I love being challenged because it's when you're challenged that you learn the most. Especially when you're wrong, you should like be the happiest when you're proven wrong. And then you're like, wow, learned a lot. Praise the Lord, But man, some people's egos are way more important to them than anything else. And that's cool. You keep your ego, keep your dignity in your own mind, I guess. But you'll never get any better. You know? That's how it goes. I'm of that school of thought, like, hey, if I lose 100 trades and then I have that one winning trade that wins me more than all that I've lost, it's worth it. Whatever. Because in those 100 losing trades, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about your attitude towards this life and things of this world. You learn a lot. And that education that you get is probably worth more than all the money in the world. It's wisdom, and experience. But hey, that's just me. That's my philosophy. I don't know if this channel is gonna hold up, man. I might just be ready to reverse this. It's looking bad. Yeah, this is looking bad. You know what? We're gonna take that loss and we're gonna reverse. We'll DCA if it bounces up. Yeah, I just don't know if that's gonna hold up. I mean, unless some magical candle comes in again, like this. But look at that volume, man. That's some real controversy right there. And then finally it broke, but then bam, right back down, and then up with these big wicks. It's like, wow. To me, that would be retail going against the market maker or the algos trying to push this up higher. You know, they wanted to push it up a little higher first, but we'll see. See what happens here. And why would they push it higher? Because there's no liquidity in the market. They need to get others to come in and start going long so they can stop them out. You know, get those shares. They'll take them anywhere they can get them because, in my mind, in my view, from what I've seen, the hedge funds and the big institutions are in kind of a panic mode right now. They need to get buys anywhere they can see them. You know, and it's few and far between for them right now, which is why all these moves that don't make any sense. Everybody's all confused because they actually think that the news determines the direction of the market. It's like, no, it does not. It does not. You know? And no, it's not because people make smart decisions and, oh, yeah, they interpret some headline correctly. And, yeah, all you dum dums thought it was supposed to go down and it really went up because you're just plebes and can't can't understand a good headline when it's actually bad or a bad headline when it's actually good. That's not the case, people. That's not the case. Look, for the most part, the general public they know how to read. Do they know how to read well? Probably not. But they get the gist of this headline. Treasury bonds at an all-time high, bad, sell. They understand this stuff. Tesla earnings horrible. Yeah, it still went up, right? Why? Why? Because they interpreted bad earnings as good? No. It just doesn't make any sense. But all the love to you guys out there. Whatever your opinions are, I'm just sharing my opinion, and you take it for what it's worth. If it helps you in the end, then great. If it doesn't, then you just keep doing your thing. Sell your courses, whatever. I don't care. I'm not trying to sell any courses here. You know, I'm just trying to get good at day trading because I suck at it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add DCA. I think this is a good trade. I think we have the right idea. It's going to break this channel, and it's going to come on down. Yeah, I'm pretty sold on that right now. Down to the VWAP. So as this trade goes on, I'm even more convinced of this now. I may be digging myself into a hole, but let's see. We're going to go ahead and DCA again. Put our stop right up here. See if it bounces up again. It just might. Just might. Probably should have waited a little bit. That's okay. Let's see what happens. Bouncing up on low volume here. Oh man. You know what? We're going to make this risk significant. 1325. Come on down. The price is right. And honestly, we may just hold this trade for the rest of the session. I mean, I don't see any reason to let it go. I don't think there's any kind of big reversal coming up anytime soon. 10 minutes, still pretty high on the RSI. Let's see what the 4 hour is saying. We're way low, but that's okay. That RSI moves pretty slow on the 4 hour. 1 hour, pretty low too. So in the higher time frames, a bit lower on the RSI, but I think with the speed of this market, I think this will be the trade of the night. Because I'm thinking all the way back down here or here. So we stand to win 21.25 today or 3-4. That's how I'm seeing it. Just have to see how it plays out. So what we have to ask ourselves is like, is this playing out just like over here? I mean, that's very possible. Let's look at the volume profile. Still a little bit behind on the volume profile, so that happened right there. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. That could be it. I mean, I probably, I don't know. I'm starting to question it a little bit with these candles, and it hasn't flushed just yet. But still, you know, eh, slightly less volume. I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth. It's kind of a coin flip right now. But I'm seeing these upper wicks. Didn't really see that here. So it does look like they want to push this down. And when I say they, I just mean the market maker. I don't know if they want to keep propping this up. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. They want to keep this facade going, you know? Hey, we're going higher. Maybe. I was kind of thinking today, you know, that we have reached our bottom over here. And we may not be going any lower than that. So I'm not expecting like, you know, to oblivion here. I'm just expecting a decent pullback to at least the bottom of the VWAP before going back up. Because yeah, on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, we are pretty oversold, but I still think we got room to go. Looking at the lower time frames in the short term, you know. But only time will tell. And I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this because this is it. If I lose this, I mean, I don't know what, I don't know how many more trades I'm going to do. I'll be right back. Got to get some more tea. Alrighty, alrighty. See, I'm a genius. No, I'm not. I just guessed right. So our guess was right. Let's see how far it goes, though. Huh. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I don't even want to move my stop down, really. Not even for a profit, because I think I think we could just hold on to this for a good long while. Yeah, I think we're okay. Just to hold on. Because if I would have just held on to my original bet, you know, we'd still be making money. We wouldn't have lost anything. I had to reverse on that buy because I thought, okay, we're gonna bounce again, but nope, nope. She's done, folks. We're on our way down, and it looks like we're gonna recover most of this. How much of it, though? That's the question. POC probably, but you never know. You can never tell with these things. We're gonna keep our eye on the RSI volume. So, yeah, we're just gonna hold. So here's the thing also, I'll say this, with a low liquidity market, this thing could just bounce right back up. You don't have very many shorters here, right? They're going to be putting in stops a little higher. They probably will right up here. So don't be surprised if this next candle is a big green and it just goes up here on super low volume and then just bounces back down again. Don't be surprised. That's why I'm not moving my stop just yet. And I'm not even going to cash out right now, because this does have the potential. It's just the question is how many day trading retail shorters are actually out there right now. I have no idea. I really don't think there's that many, but I do think it's enough to at least get us back down to the POC. We'll see. You know what they're all doing right now? Oh, that's confirmation. We're going to start shorting. That's just how they go, man. Because I don't know. It's just a phenomenon out there. That's how they all trade. We all trade the same way, waiting for that setup. And they're like, oh, yeah, FOMO selling, right? Fear of missing out. And they start shorting into a black hole. And then all of a sudden, boop. Nope, you lost. And then they're like, oh, we got to wait again. And then the algos bring it up a little bit. And they're like, oh, we're going long, long, long. Because they don't realize they're all doing this together. And these moves are artificial. They're trying to get them to go long again, and then boom, right back down. It's just a funny thing. You see it happen over and over and over again. And no, I'm not going to try to sell courses to teach everybody this stuff. I will tell you this for free. And the funny thing about human psychology is if you give it for free, nobody will buy it. And then nobody will take it. They despise it as if it's nothing. But, there's that song. The best things in life are free. But they're like, nah, you can give that to the birds and bees. I want money. They don't want knowledge or wisdom. They want that money. And it's that love of money that makes them fearful and unbelieving, which is why most of them lose. Day traders, these little fish out here trying to scalp all this stuff. They keep losing. And you realize why. The more and more you meditate on it and study it, just think about it. That's exactly why they lose. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dude here trying to overcome this just like all of you guys out there. All right. So we're losing momentum right here. I'm going to go ahead and take this winner. I was thinking on holding it, but I'm changing my mind. We're losing, we're losing momentum on this move. So I'm gonna wait for a bounce, and then wait for this RSI to just relieve itself a little bit. We might touch the VWAP here and just come on up. I could be wrong though. I don't know, but I'm thinking this move down has kind of lost its steam, and it's gonna. Everybody's like, "Oh, okay, we're going down, short, short, short," and they got some stops probably right up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a big green candle like this come up again and just bounce on up, and then we'll go back in short. I might regret this. Be kicking myself later. Should have held on to that dum dum, but it's okay. Kind of at a break even for the most part, I think. I forget where we started at, but we'll see. I'm definitely not going long here. I mean, that's for sure. Because the odds are not in my favor right now, I don't think, from what I'm seeing. I'm thinking we at least bounce up here, if not a little further, before we go back down. We'll see how it plays out. So we're just going to delete this so as to not distract us anymore. This is played out now. What I'm expecting is this good old head and shoulders pattern, right? So at the peak of this right shoulder, somewhere around here maybe. It's gonna be a little later, but that's all right. 820. We'll look and see where if the price gets up here again, past this upper band of the VWAP, we're gonna go in short again, heavy. Not heavy. First green candle I see, I'll probably just go ahead and take one contract. You just never know. This could just be the beginning of a, you know, good pull down to this level. But we are pretty low on the 5 minute right now. So I wouldn't be surprised with a bounce up off of this VWAP. I tell you what, my dream, my dream play, right? If I was like trading real futures during the daytime, it would have been a dream to get in about right here and just hold. I would just be holding this. No stop, no nothing. I would need like what 50 grand in the account, but to cover the margin. But I would just hold this, man, because I really do believe this is it. This was the pullback. We went all the way down to 584775. You know what I mean? It's just like if you got in down here on a long, like congratulations to you. Even if you're just holding like one or two micro contracts, this is gonna pay off big. Especially when news starts coming out about like trade deals. Boy, that thing is just gonna skyrocket. And then we'll have all the buyers come back in. Everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah. Liberals, they won't say it out loud. And I only say liberals because, it would be vice versa if Joe Biden was still in the presidency. I mean, as the stock market was going up, conservative traders, they would have had the same attitude. But they would have, because again, folks, this stuff has nothing to do with reality as it is. But anyway, the liberals, they'll be like, oh, yeah, Trump's bad still, but hey, prices are going up and it's deep inside. They're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go long. I'm just not going to let my fellow liberals know about it. And then the MAGA people are going to be like, yeah, I told you Trump he's a genius. 4D chess, golden age, baby, woohoo. And they're going to be like, see, we told you, you libtards, And it's just going to keep going up. Of course, you're going to have pullbacks every now and then. But that's what I see coming. You know, hey, maybe not. Maybe this whole thing is just going to collapse and Trump will go down as the president who oversaw the financial collapse of the whole world. Maybe. I don't freaking know. But my money is on the S&P 500 doing what it has always done. Just keep going up, making the rich richer and the poor poorer, not for anything else except that the poor believe what the rich tell them all the time. That's the only reason they stay poor. You know, me, why am I poor? Well, because I'm not. I'm. My goal is not to be rich. I mean, I don't really care about being rich. I love the trading community, man. I love these guys that are struggling. They're looking for a way out. And I just want to help them do it. You know? We can do it together. That's what I'm saying. We can do it together as a team. Because me as an individual, super weak. You know, I don't know everything about this stuff. You know what I mean? I've only been doing this for a little while. But I know that there's people out there who have been doing this and grinding it out. And yeah, some of them may be a little shisty and only make their money from really selling courses and stuff, but that's okay. That doesn't mean they don't have anything to bring to the table. It doesn't mean they don't know things. That doesn't mean they don't have experience in seeing how all this plays out. You know what I'm saying? So, value everybody's opinion, even if it is wrong. Because even you can even learn off of bad opinions. You really can. You can examine, well, that's interesting. Why does that person think that way? Oh, he thinks that way because he looks at the worldview like this. And then you'd be like, oh, I look at it like that too. Huh. Maybe that affects my decisions in other areas of life. Life is all just about taking everything in and only keeping what's applicable to yourself and improving yourself. You know, as a person, as a whole, your attitude, your mental state, your discipline, you know, all this stuff. Because I mean, look, you gotta play with the cards you're dealt. You know, and sometimes it's best to just fold and just wait for the next opportunity. But it's always an opportunity to learn, to learn. You know that whole saying about teach a man to fish. You know, feed him for a day, or you know, give him a fish, feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, feed him for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So there are things way more valuable than money. Money is just a tool. The true value is what is behind the money. What is making this money go forth and accomplish things? And a lot of times it's evil stuff, you know? It can get you into a lot of trouble. And that's because you're spiritually poor. That's the only reason you're mentally poor. You're just uneducated. You don't really know how things are going. You're just one of the ones manipulating, and for a time, yeah, you may be succeeding. But I'm telling you, the road to perdition, to destruction, that gate is wide, and many there be which go in thereat. That's not my words. Those are the words of the word. Those are the words of the Lord. You know, it's just true. And the way to life is very narrow because it's a very select few in this whole world that really see what real life is all about, you know? And no, they don't succeed. You won't see them succeed in worldly things. They won't be the greatest trader in the whole dang world. But what will they have? They'll have peace. They'll have love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, temperance, meekness, faith. I mean, these things, faith, hope, charity, you know, this is what they have. And they could be making minimum wage at a gas station as a cashier. It don't make any difference to them. They don't care what you think. They're not here to prove anything to anyone. They know what the true riches are in life, you know? And that's the whole thing. If you can be content with $10 in your bank account, I'm telling you, you're way richer than the guy with billions in assets who's always constantly worrying and constantly working and putting on a facade of, oh yeah, I got it all figured out, I'm the man, and not once acknowledging the Lord. You know, not once acknowledging the higher power that they are under, or powers, I should say, the powers of this world. It's all a lie, people. Don't believe it. Break free from that spell. You know? Don't envy. Don't envy others. Don't compare yourself to others. Seek the truth, and you'll find it. Ask for wisdom. God will give it to you. And I speak this from experience. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this trade. Looks like the forming of this head and shoulders pattern. We'll put our stop at the top of the head here. See if I'm wrong. I mean, it's kind of a steep head and shoulder. I don't expect this to plunge immediately. That'd be kind of weird. But hey, it's possible. But we'll DCA in on the next bounce because it does look like this is happening. Shoot, maybe I should have just went in for 2 contracts right there. I don't know. You know what? We'll just go ahead and take that. $75. That's fine. Next bounce, 2 contracts. Let's not be so scared. But anyway, that's the end of my rant. For anybody that watches these videos, you know, I hope I can share some wisdom with you for whatever it's worth, you know. Just really consider what life is really all about. Especially as an American citizen. You know, you can't ever really be poor in the truest sense of the word in this world as an American citizen. I'm telling you. You know, whether you like it or not, this fantasy monetary system, whatever you may want to think about it, it does work for everybody. Whatever you think about the socialist aspects of our government, hey, I hate it, but it's there. You know, nobody in America has to go hungry and naked. We have homeless shelters everywhere. We have charitable people. We have people who actually make more money giving money away, writing it off their taxes. Okay? We have people out there, myself included, who get a lot in tax credits every year. Earned income credit, child tax credit. A lot of the people, a lot of the households in the U.S. don't even pay income tax. They don't make enough. However, you look at their lives, it's not bad. It's not bad, you know? Do I get kind of down sometimes that, oh yeah, my house is falling apart and I can't even save up enough money to actually fix this thing? Yeah, but dude, you want to go and look at somebody over in Australia, the outback, you know? The Aboriginals out there? Or people in the Philippines, you know? People in Mexico? People in these other countries, poor countries? See how they live. You know what I'm saying? So just count your blessings and don't forget to be grateful for everything you have and to stay humble, most of all. But yeah, look at this. This is crazy. So, same kind of deal working out over here. So, choppiness, right? Because there ain't no retail in here right now. They don't know what to do. So, let the algorithms take over. They're going to form a nice little pattern for everybody so everybody can get in short. Because these things are programmed, you know. Low volume. And yeah, when you see low volume, these patterns are going to form, definitely. And they're more trustworthy patterns, too. I guess. I don't know. Does that reasoning sound? I have no idea. I'm going to think about that one. See, some things I say, I'm like, I have to stop and think about what I'm saying. You know, is that really true? I don't know yet. Not 100% convinced of what I said there. I know this higher momentum, right? Higher momentum in price action and low volume produces more trustworthy patterns. Less momentum with higher volume, now you got a little bit of some tricks going on. So I'd say the best way is to just trade levels and let the patterns also help you and assist you. But you got to look at more than one aspect. That's what I've found. You got to have a broader context of information. You got to know what your indicators are telling you. I mean, is like right now, is it the place to short? I don't think so. We're kind of low on the RSI, but I've been proven wrong before on that. Uh, on the 1 minute, we're kind of down too. So I do expect a short term pop, and maybe we'll get in again. But that was a nice little trade. We got short 75 bucks. Hey, I'll take it. And I don't know if we're positive on the day just yet. I could have just held this trade up here, but I don't know. I would have probably freaked out a little bit on that green candle. But see, it just came right back down. The seller pressure is out there. That's why I started shorting, even though this was pumping up. But I was seeing more volume and more momentum going to the downside than the up. And even if you count out the red candles, you know, more red candles overall. But these big green candles on low volume, what is that? That's just old big money just lighting the dynamite just to get this up there a little bit and induce more liquidity, seduce those retailers to do what they want to do. And I'm thinking right now, overall they just need more sellers. But before you get more sellers, you need to get more buyers, you know? I don't know. And look, here it goes. But does it have the momentum? This actually might hit the POC. Looking like it wants to. Looking like it wants to. Was that the head and shoulders played out? I mean, maybe. It's not the exact textbook perfect head and shoulders pattern, but I mean, that's it. That is it. I'm really thinking, you know what? We're going to DCA. We'll do one. FOMO. That's going to be a big DCA if it bounces up. That's okay. So what I'm thinking, if it does break through here, it's gonna bounce right back up really quick. So I'm just gonna put my target price right at the POC just in case. Maybe a little higher, maybe a tick higher. There we are. I'm cool with that. So right now, I'm just thinking about everybody that's shorting. Where would they have their stops? Probably right here, or right here, above this previous candle here. So what I am expecting with this support or inverse resistance is for it to bounce up here and then maybe see a quick move up, and that's when I will go ahead and add another. We may just go right up to this upper band of the VWAP again. And then once that hits, I'll go ahead and go in for another contract. Or we hit our target price and we re-examine and go from there and win 137. So whatever. Either way is fine with me right now. All right. So you know what? After thinking about it a little bit, stop is way too high. We don't need to be all the way up there. Right there's probably good enough. If it stops me out up here, it's gonna stop me out up there. Yeah, that's how I look at it. We'll bring this level down here. Any more key levels? Not really. Don't think so. I think there's some key levels down below us though. Right, right here. Another one right here. Yeah, no way. Yeah, right there. And then next stop, right down there. There we go. Not that my imaginary lines mean anything, but they mean something to me. And that's good enough. Let's see. Are we going to get in a relief bounce at all? What is it looking like on the 10-minute? On the hourly, it's way down here. Yeah, we were oversold for a little while. That's why we got that bounce. Had to get it. So, 10 minutes. Got room to go. Got room to go. We just keep waiting. So what I think this is down here, I think this is a little bear trap, honestly. I mean, you had a lot of selling pressure, retail, you know. There's like, oh yeah, we're going down short, short, short. More room on the RSI, but I don't know. I expect another probably significant green candle to show up again. It could happen at any minute, any second. You just never know. Or it could just go down, but you know, it just seems like a little bit of a trap here. Lost momentum, lower volume, higher volume, but look at the wick at the bottom. And then right here, you have this doge. Yeah, it just seems like a little pop coming. Getting ready to DCA here. Once this thing comes back to around here in this range, that's a definite adding to my short. I don't expect it to go above the VWAP and start grinding up again. I think that's over with. I think that move for the night is done. Might be wrong. But I mean, it's like, what is this? I'm just going to ignore that. Really, we're just looking at a slow, sloping decline. And I think the the true shoulder is going to pop up over here and then down. But that's my guess. Whoop. See how it plays out. Like, what I'm wondering too is like, where do I have a drawing tool on this thing? Oh, I guess I do. This is cool. Let's mess around with this thing a little bit. So, I expect a little whoop. Hmm, that's not that cool. Curve. How do I draw like connecting lines? Oh, a path. There we go. So yeah, the path to success. I expect a little bounce. Forming the true head and shoulder. Might go up and down a little bit. And then down. Maybe to this level, bounce up. Come back up here, resist. And then down. I don't know where it's going after that, folks. Just have to settle with that. That's my prediction. We'll see how well it plays out. Let's see how well I can predict the future. Probably not very well at all, but we'll see. Because this looks like it's just like a whoop, doop, boop, boop. We'll see though. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they got a lot of sellers in there, man. Everybody's like, yeah, we're going down. I was thinking it was going to go down. I wouldn't mind being wrong there. But yeah, you see that wick? All those bears, man, they just got trapped all of a sudden. And now their stops are up here, so you're going to see it. This actually might be a little steeper. Maybe on the next candle. Next candle or two. It's just going to go pop, pop. Tell me hunt stops are not real. Stop hunts. Yeah, they're real, bro. I see them all the time. I'm telling you. Look how fast this is going to go up. Oh, they're trying. Those bears are sweating. Those whoever shorted down here into this black hole, they're like, uh oh, here it comes. See how fast that's moving now. Hmm. You know what? That could be it though. That really could be it. Maybe not much higher than that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep it up there. Up to the VWAP. It's either I win this trade or I DCA when it hits the VWAP and I lose bigger if if it stops me out further. I mean, those are the only two options right now. Hey, I'll give it to those Bears though. They're like, nah, man, we're going down. They came right back in. Look at that. They got stopped out and they're coming right back in. Where's their stop now, though? I wonder. Up here in this range or up here? I don't know. Hard to tell. They might be so frustrated they're just YOLOing and they're like, nah, man, putting our stop up here this time. Maybe no stop. Huh? Those are the true ninja traders right there. The stealth. They don't like to be shown on the order book. They're always aggressive liquidity. Okay, so my prediction of the future, I don't think it's turning out here. I'm gonna go ahead and add to this position, bring my stop down just a tad. I don't think we're gonna be recovering this. It's just looking like a doop, dead cat bounce. I'm thinking we just flush pretty soon again down to this bottom VWAP here or this level. We'll see though. Could be wrong. We'll have to see how it plays out. We're going to get rid of this target price. And hopefully just ride her on down. I'm going to keep this up just to see how close I was in my guess. All right, so this is what I've been waiting for. It's taking a little longer. It may just come right back down, but I'm hoping that it bounces up here. I'm ready to go back in for two more. Get in a better short position here. But it looks like it wants to move to the VWAP. Larger green candle on lower volume, so I'm thinking algos are going to kick in, so hunt some stops out, and just bump this thing up a little bit, giving us more momentum for the move down to lower levels. Gonna have to wait and see. There we go. Get on up there. I probably should have just cashed out when we were down here, but I was thinking, nah, Let's commit to this large move. Seeing some resistance. Seeing some resistance, but come on. Go ahead. Float it up there. You know you want to. You've already made it this far. You got to recover some of this candle, right? Up to the VWAP at least. Maybe a little, maybe all the way, and come back down. I do plan a DCA, so I don't want to get stopped out when it gets close to that VWAP. I'm moving my stop up a little bit. Because what I don't expect is it to just plow right through and just go on up higher. I think that's kind of fantastical thinking. But hey, could be wrong. So we wait and see. There we go. Did you see that quick move? They just stopped out a bunch of bears trying to short. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get ready here. We're going to be bouncing up to that VWAP anytime, any moment here. Maybe a little higher even. Maybe not. Maybe this is it. Ooh, I don't know. I just get the feel I'm coming in a little early on this. Nah, we're close enough. Let's do it. All right. Bring her down right above here. I'm going to risk 1100 to win 1800 or more. We'll see. So now what's happening, right? Did they learn their lesson from here? Do we have FOMO buyers? I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But if we do, where are their stops going to be? Right down here. So when we get back down here, it's going to be a fast move down. Building up on the RSI, looking good. I think I'm correct. Nothing is really saying that I'm wrong so far. And we were able to move this line up a little bit, get in a little bit better spot, so that when this does drop on the next few candles, hopefully, we can move our stop down just right above here, right above that VWAP where it's at right now, the upper band. And that's it. I'm not adding any more to this. I'm not going to go crazy tonight. So, to tell you the truth, if I was actually trading with a $10,000 account in real life, I wouldn't be using stops at all. I don't like my stops showing up. I would just let my stop be the account itself. I don't care. Probably break it up. I probably wouldn't like do the whole 10,000, but I would just manually be ready to sell out. I don't like the whole putting stops there because you know what? It just shows retail on the order book plain as day. And you better believe it that those algorithms or even real people behind that computer seeing these little tiny orders build up, on the order book, they know, oh, that's retail right there. That's where all their stops are. Or just looking at the chart, they'll know. Like, oh, yeah, retail stops right here. So, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty confident. We'll put that into practice. Let's see. Let's see if they actually do go up here just for a second, come back down. I don't know. My stop was in danger, I think. I don't know. Not in too much danger. I'm thinking if there's shorters coming in right now, I don't think there's many of them. They'd probably have their stop right above this big red candle here. Because, that's just what they do. Or right where I have mine. So that's just too common of a place. Put mine up here. I'm willing to bet $2,000 on this move. That's how confident I am in it. I'm $2,000 confident in it. Oh, could be a big mistake, but that's okay. I was expecting it to come up to the VWAP, and look, it rejected right off of it, showing that I'm probably right on this overall. I mean, I wasn't expecting just a little tiny bounce like that before this, but yeah, you know, I'm no fortune teller. I'm not. This isn't a replay. This is live data, kind of. But I really don't like this data feed. It really does have a lot of lag to it. That could just be my internet connection. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blaming the wrong thing here, but we'll see. So now, with with this on such low volume and the price climbing high like that, I see a lot of bears coming back in and getting stopped out again. And they're probably sweating right now. They're like, "Uh oh, here we go again. I'm gonna lose again." I was gonna just spike up, stop me out to where I was, and then come back down. Or maybe this candle hasn't played out yet. Still early. Got 2 minutes left. Maybe this comes back down, forms a wick. You know, red candle down, up again, down. I don't know. We'll see. So here's where I expect a lot of retail to start changing their minds, right? They're going to start going long, which is exactly what the big institutions need. They need somebody selling to them. So once they have those stops in there, to sell, that's when you're going to see the red candle come in, another big red monster, like this, like this. Volume starts ticking up, and then boom, everybody starts. And then at the bottom here, we get down here, bottom of the VWAP, right? People are going to look to reverse again, and or people are just going to keep shorting, and then boom, bring it back up here, trying to change everybody's minds again, and then on and on it goes. But we'll see. This might actually break up a little higher and spike up real fast. I don't know. Don't know. Still early in this candle, so yeah, we may just have a little spike up here. I'm gonna keep my stop up here above the head, and we'll see what happens. I don't think this has enough momentum to actually stop me out anytime soon. Might be in this trade for a little while. Who knows? Timing is everything, they say, but you know what? If you're patient enough, you can beat the timing. Bad timing on my part, but it looks like it's kind of playing out like I was expecting. I'm expecting a little drop here on the next candle, down to here, then a little bounce, and then down again. I don't know. We'll see. Entirely possible. But you see here, bulls are getting trapped, right? When I mean, it's such low volume, it's not hard for them to see. Oh yeah, these are little retail guys, especially as they see orders coming on the order book, the DOM. I don't have level 2 market data. But when they start seeing these bids start building up down here, they know. Especially if it's not in like certain blocks of 10 or whatever, but just build it up little by little. They get more detailed data than we do, really. And they see it and they're like, "Ah, that's where their stops are." So where would their stops be on this long? Probably right here, you know? So they're going to shoot for that maybe on this next candle. And then it's just going to drop really fast, or maybe on this candle, I don't know. But it's just going to drop really fast until the next block of stops right down here. It might just spike down, go up again when they convince everybody, "Oh, we were told so wrong. I should be shorting this. What's wrong with me?" And that's just how people are played. And then right back up, then down even further. That's my guess. Just a guess. I'm no guru. I'm no expert. Okay, not financial advice, folks. See, and there you go, right? We're pretty high on the RSI. This is the time to go ahead and get those stops out of the way. And you got a little bit of a candle here to recover. I think that's going to happen pretty quick. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if it gets all the way down. I think it will. Selling pressure is just so high out here right now. I mean, it's going to come down, probably recover most of this candle. Maybe it'll take another candle or two. I don't know. All right. Starting to see a little wick there, but we got, shoot, 3 minutes left on this candle. Let's see what happens. Let us see. And all signs are looking good. You know, I keep looking at the trade, but all signs are pointing to, hey, it's good, man. You see this big middle finger, right? But you see this big wick? That's telling me, yeah, more sell orders on the market overall. And see how it just bumps down back down to lower volumes again, showing weakness in this move. It's not gonna. It doesn't look like it's gonna be breaking through this VWAP and or this level anytime soon. So next candle or two, I expect us to be down here. And you're like, well, look, if you predicted this so well, why did you enter in short, dum dum? You should have just waited. Well, the thing is like, I can't predict the future. Like, I don't know. I don't know. This is just my best guess. This is just a general guess. I was thinking it might go up here sooner, like, but it actually went down. That's why I suck at getting in and out, because, like, I can't do that. I've just never been good at that. Some people are great at that and they make a good living doing this, I guess. But that's just not me. I have to look at things in a bigger, broader perspective, you know? And according to the macro view, I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to form a channel going down. Let's draw that channel. Let's see if this plays out. Right there. Isn't that so weird how the top of the channel always seems to match the bottom in a way? I mean, don't think that's on accident. That's on purpose. So this formation here, that's what I like to see this. I like it cuz look, you got two wicks down here, right? Enticing more people to go long, which is a great reversal opportunity right now. Great opportunity to just drop because everybody's going to have their stops probably in this range, right? And we could be looking at a quick move right through their stops to the POC. We'll just have to see how this candle plays out. We may need to bump up a little bit more. We might actually just go ahead and bump up. I was actually thinking maybe I should just like exit out of this, wait for the spike up, and then get in. But then I was thinking, nah. I think a lot of buyers are getting trapped right here. Little retail buyers, 1 minute scalpers or whatever, 5 minute scalpers. They probably got a tight stop right here, going long. And of course, they're going to put their tight stops there, because they know, hey, this is on a downward trend at the moment, so they're going to have tight stops. And I'm thinking, if it goes all the way over here and doesn't go anywhere, I'm definitely going to get out of the position because, I mean, it's not worth it. Then you're looking at, oh, we're going to pop just like we did back here, you know? Sideways pop, sideways pop. You know what I mean? If we stay If we stay sideways too long, then yeah, it's gonna go the other way. But I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, it's gonna drop pretty soon. This might be on the money. Who knows? About to close out, and this is gonna be a doge, so that's looking bearish to me. Looking bearish, short term at least. We're really close. Really close. Just need a few clickety clicks of the sell button in real life, and yeah, down we go. Or it could just do the exact opposite. I don't know. But I mean, all signs are pointing downwards to me. So, but you know what? Nah, we're gonna keep our stop where it is. Because if it does break this level, they're gonna have a hard time getting it up here. You know, that's just my view of it. Look at that. Come on, just one more takedown. One or two more takes down, and we get this party started. Let's go. You know you wanna. Okay, there you go. No. Hmm. Maybe their stops are below the POC. Hmm. What's happening here? There we go. Keep going. No volume yet. No volume. So as far as patterns go, I mean, what kind of pattern are we seeing? Maybe cup and handle forming to go up. You know, boop. Maybe. I don't think so though. It looks like a W to me. It looks like this is just gonna drop. I mean, it's trying. It really is. About to be break even on this trade again here in a second. Just has to. I just have to see how it reacts to this POC. We might get another bounce up off this POC, but this might be it. We got room. Let's go. Let's get them stops right over here, and then we'll see it go. We may not be done with this range though. This is this might be wishful thinking. It might just take all freaking night. Ugh, that would be miserable. Sometimes you gotta do it though. Sometimes, hey, that's how it goes. But yeah, we're break even now. I don't like that wick down there though. Who's trying to who's trying to long this right now? Are there people actually like real people out there trying to go long? That's why I don't like that. I don't like that wick. That seems mechanical to me. Like, what is this? You telling me retail traders are just gonna be like going long right here? I don't think so. And I don't think there's many newbies out there in Asia right now. First time on the stock market, you know? Huh. There it is. Okay, good. Good. That's what I want to see. It's working out. Working out. So next candle, I expect it to just go down again. Hopefully. Uptick in volume. That's good. That's a good sign. How much time do we have left on this candle? 1 minute. Man, still seeing that. But that could just be the 1 minute traders, you know? See what it looks like on the 1 minute. Where their stop's going to be right now. Right under the POC. And we have uptick in volume. Yeah, the momentum's down, so I'm good with it. Let it roll. Let it ride. Let it ride. Shoot, I was like muted the whole time. So I brought my stop loss down. It's just because of this big wick down here. Yeah, there's a wick at the top, but this wick down here just doesn't make me feel good about stuff. So if I get stopped out here, I'm gonna look for another entry up here on 4 contracts, because I do believe the overall movement is down. But here's the thing, right? Like, who's going long here? Maybe they're just going long off of the POC, expecting to bounce, but how far? Maybe to the VWAP again. And if that's the case, that's good for us. That's just a trap, you know. But if that's not retail coming in, and that's just a mechanical move, well, they're gonna spike this up, and that could just be going on up. Cause look, we got another channel forming, right? Higher high, higher low. That could be the new move now. Could be a reversal. Just depends. This is key. Next 10 minutes is going to tell us a whole lot, like what's going on here. And it's a little scary, so I would rather lose 700 than 2,000, you know, or just lose 700, save me money here, and then enter in again, looking at a double top, just in case this little guess doesn't work out. But as I said too, if we stay sideways too long, I'm just gonna get out because call it a night. But let's see. We got 2 minutes left on this candle. A little looking a little precarious because I mean we did have an uptick in volume, but then that was a lot of buying too that came in, and I don't know whether that's retail or institutional buying. If that's institutional buying, that means they have not trapped many sellers yet. I mean, they have not trapped many buyers yet. So you think, right? Up here, they might have trapped buyers. I think they did because we saw that fast move down. But then they go back up. What is that all about? Trying to get more buyers in. So who knows how far this could go up before it goes back down. It's just that little wick. Just doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy right now about this. But we're gonna see what it does. We're at a crossroads, so to speak. What this looks like to me too is just a bear flag, you know? There's the pole, bear flag. Hopefully. Or this is just a true reversal here. We had a test, and now higher low. Could just be going on up to the east side, you know? Don't know. Don't know. If this is a bear flag, then I say probably back up to the VWAP again and then back down. In fact, since that is the case, we'll move up, we'll move the stop up just a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. The next 3 candles will tell us a lot. Next 15 minutes give us a better idea of what's going on. Look at that. See how that there's resistance like right to the tick here on this sloping resistance? Funny how that works out, right? Like up here, up here, up here. I'm telling you, they got time factored into these algos too. And I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Tells me, hey, the market maker is getting the buyers they need, stopping them out on the 1 minute scalping, and they're probably coming right back in, you know, and they're just gonna keep stopping them out, push right through the POC, get these guys down here, and down we go to consolidate a little bit down here. That's what I'm hoping at least. So let's just move this over. I'm gonna keep these the general directions the same. My timing. See, my timing is always off because I don't know when these things are gonna happen. I usually can guess pretty good at when they're gonna happen. Move this over. Oops. Wrong added there. This little dot here. Move this over. See if that fits. See if there's another little bounce. There might not even be another little bounce. It might just go right through. So I'm seeing these bottom wicks, right? This is the only one that kind of worries me. But this wick, I don't pay so much attention to. Because you got a wick to the top too. And it's still relatively pretty low volume. So I don't think that's significant. That's just, I'd say that's just retail trying to go long again. Because they're looking at this and they're like, oh, pull back, going up again. Whatever retail is brave enough to be out here right now. I don't know. My suggestion for people at this very moment in time is, if you're not brave enough, just stay out until this reaches, like I say, five up here again, around here. What is this line anyway? Why do I have that marked? Is that a, what is that? Must be the bottom of some day. But yeah, I'm gonna delete that, or maybe just turn it yellow. And then let's see, the FOD. Yeah, if you're not brave and you're more conservative, nothing wrong with that. It's your money, right? But I would just wait until we get above the previous high of day again. Might be too late by then, but wait until we get above here and then start going long and buying. But we may not be there for a little while. Maybe not till next week. Because market maker needs to be down here for a little while. And I think even further down, probably. But I don't know. Maybe not. Because this could have been the pullback. This is it. And now we're just going to be consolidating. Market maker is going to be, getting more long positions in before we just skyrocket off. Up, up, and away. But if not, if we break this, we're definitely going to go down here at least 5834 and test that. But that's not what I'm seeing so far. Nice red candle forming, so I think we're okay. I think our idea is still sound. I'm not going to exit this position. I'm gonna leave my stop where it's at. I think it's safe right now. But yeah, they're really going for these stops. Like they're going for it. And once that breaks through there, we may see a little bounce again. I don't know. It just depends. Depends what is going on. See this little rejection off the support here. After seeing this red candle and these two green, I'm starting to lean more towards, yeah, that was just retail buying or profit taking from up here and retail buying off the POC. So whoever started shorting up here, they were just playing off of these two bands of the VWAP. But now I'm thinking, yeah, they're going to just go ahead and bust through because that's where market maker wants to go anyway. So let's do it already, huh? Man, it's so slow. Can be really boring sometimes, especially if you're just holding on to a trade forever. Like when did we enter into this trade? 21:05, almost an hour ago. We've been in this trade for almost a freaking hour, man. That's how slow this stuff goes sometimes. But hey, whatever. It's worth it in the end if you win. And we have been winning. We started off the day with, I think it was 2050, around there. So we're up like $100 or something. But I'm thinking this trade can really pay off if we're right. So maybe another little bounce up, but I don't know if there's going to be a bounce up. We got plenty of room on the RSI. May not be any bounce up, which is okay with me. I don't care. I don't need to be like, 100% correct. I'd rather just win the trade sooner than later. That's fine with me. Let's see if this channel holds up here. If it bounces up and breaks through these levels, yeah, it's done. It's going up for now. But I don't see that. I really don't. I see sellers still, like selling pressure, I should say. Not sellers, but selling pressure. And I think retail is about to change their mind. And I think they're going to start shorting now. And I think market makers just going to go ahead and let them short. And they're buying those shorts, right? So when when retail begins to short, that is another opportunity for these institutions to buy those shorts and to get more liquidity that way. They need sellers. They need somebody to buy from. That's why I'm saying all the stop hunts are to the top, right? No, no, no. To the bottom, I mean. And all the top and bottom, really. They buy from the people shorting at the top, and they also buy from the stops of the people going long. So both ways they do it, you know. So, but I do think they want lower prices still, in my opinion. It's just a range. It's really a big range. I mean, if you're focused in too small, you're gonna see, oh, there's a bull move, bear market, but no. In the wider context, what is it? It's a drop to a low price, and I think market maker wants to keep it around here for a while. Maybe in these levels too, but probably not till later. Maybe, but for the rest of the week, Thursday and yeah, Thursday and Friday. I say we probably pop up tomorrow, only to go down Friday. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Who knows? Just depends on how it rolls. Retail is unpredictable. See, retail does drive the market too, along with the market maker. It's not just the market maker. It's a little dance, people. It's a dance. And yes, the retail liquidity, if they are not there, then it's just going to be the institutions doing their own thing. And that's most likely going to be driving it up to entice more short sellers so that they can buy from those short sellers and then produce a drop like this. So now I think they're just going to be stopping out buyers probably a lot, which will bring the price down a little lower. But it's really just both. Choppy, chop, chop. I believe sideways action till the end of the week. And then the next week, prepare to go long because this thing's about to take off again. Continue the bull run. That's my opinion as of right now. As of right now, at this moment. Let's see what happens. Get a wider view on that. So I believe right here, this is where they're going to start hitting a lot of stops. And you're going to see this with speed come down through here, past the VWAP. It might just form a wick below the VWAP, bounce up again, come right back down. But you can see these things playing out on a granular level if you're thinking about it, and just try to guess, like, what would I do if I was a retail guy looking at this, thinking it's going to go long, right? And where would I put my stop? Well, probably right at the POC or below it. But people that shorted from here, they're probably taking some profit right now. And yeah, I don't know. Market maker might just be buying some shorts too, right here. Buying, buying, buying. I don't think that the institutions are actually short overall, like not over this next month or so. I don't think they're betting against Trump. I really don't. I don't think they see a lot of momentum coming from, oh yeah, 90 days is up and we didn't get any deals done. Tariffs are skyrocketing again. I don't think they expect that at all. I don't think any sane person would expect that to happen. But who knows? I mean, I could be wrong. I could be insane. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Looks like they're about to hit these stop losses under the POC. Trying for the VWAP. Trying for the VWAP. All right. That's a good candle. Let's see if it breaks through. So, true bear flag, right? We're gonna delete that channel. That doesn't mean anything. It's getting so late. 10:05. Might just take this $100 and call it a night. Nah, I think we got more room. I'm looking for this, the bottom band. We're gonna hit it eventually. If this doesn't break through in the next like 30 minutes, I'm done. So, actually, no, not 30, but 15. If it's not through this in the next three candles, I'm just going to exit. Call it a night. Because, yeah, this may work out eventually, but man, I don't want to be staying up so late. Time is a factor too. I got to sleep also. Got to go to work tomorrow. But I do this for you and myself. Myself mostly. So, but if you can help me out, if you're watching this video, please like and subscribe. If if not for anything, so we can have fun together, when I can come on live and we can see if you're a better trader than I am. You probably are. But I'm just learning, still learning. Trying to get better at this. I think we're improving day by day. I'm learning more, watching other traders and seeing how they roll, seeing different ideas. I appreciated Clay Trader's feedback today. He told me I was insane, tinfoil hat guy, but that's okay. It's fine. You know, it's always good to question yourself, re-examine your own beliefs. But seriously, come on, man. It's like most of this market is mechanical because you look at Google. Same movement as the S&P 500. You look at Apple, same movement. Unless, of course, there's some like big news that came out, about a specific company. For the most part, they follow the same kind of moves. Even Tesla. Now, Tesla recently, it's been kind of different. A lot of politically charged money around there. I think people just wanted to prove something, causing the price to go up anyway. But hey, more power to them. But you look at Nvidia and the major companies, if there's no news, it's always the same mechanical stuff, same movement, all across the board. And who has enough money to trade like that? Multiple trade like you do, like all these traders do across multiple prop firm accounts. That would be the hedge funds. That would be the people with millions and billions of dollars to get into this market, and this is their doing. And you just got to examine and just reason it out. Like, why are they making it move like that? There's a reason. There's a reason. But yeah, I think this thing is about to drop. Next three candles, right? Whatever. Win or lose, no regrets. Just improvement. All right, here we go. Thinking this is it. Let's go. We're right at the POC. Just a few ticks away from the VWAP. As soon as we get under that VWAP, it's going to be fast. A little quicker. You're going to see the volume tick up. At least I hope so. At least I hope so. Come on now. Let's go. I don't want to end with just such a small trade. It's really frustrating like being in this trade for over an hour, and what am I going to do? Exit for 150 when I'm looking at this, you know? When I could end the night with a $1,200 trade, it's like, man, I don't want to do that. You know? Just a little bit more patience. It's either this one or the next one. Something's going to break. Come on. We're getting pretty low on the RSI. Well, man, that kind of sucks. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just see. Right above that. See if it comes back up. If it comes back up, we're done. I'm just getting tired. 10:16 p.m. my time. I want to get to bed at kind of a decent hour, so we'll let it play out. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It's all right. But I do expect it to break. It's just a matter of when. I don't want to keep waiting around forever. I'm growing impatient. If it was real money and I was doing this for a living, of course I would wait. I'd probably still have my stop up here, but you know, this is just practice. It's for the boys, but the boys only get so much, man. 'Cause I still got a wife and children. So let's see what happens. Come on down. The price is right. And you see, what convinces me even more, this was just retail, is look, we've already recovered it. So if that was a market maker move, we'd already be up, way up higher than we are. But here we are again. And the more times this is hit, the weaker it becomes. It's about to break any moment now. Any moment. Okay, it didn't break. Not there. They stopped out a bunch of bears. It's fine. Man. Nah, you know what? For the boys, for the content. I'm gonna get right back in here. Wait just a little longer. I'll keep a tighter stop. It's alright. Because I know this is coming down. I know it. I can just feel it. We haven't touched the bottom band of the VWAP all night. It's coming though. It's coming. See? The whole night we've just been up, 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 up. And now what? We gotta be coming down. Gots to be. I'm gonna try it one more time. This fails? Okay. Done. Done skis. We'll call it if this doesn't work out. But yeah. It just looks super weak. It's gonna break through. We're gonna see a breakthrough. And I just want the numbers to show it at the end. We're up 2,201 overall. Not good enough. Not good enough. Look at this. See if that pops back up again. See? They're just adding orders. Whoever the big money is right now, they're just like, oh, yeah, you think you're going to go up, huh? Nope. 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 Now, let's look at this. See, it's just going to keep going down. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. See, I used to think high numbers meant something, but they don't. What you want to see is are orders being added as this is getting bought up? Are more orders being added constantly to keep the price suppressed? That's the market maker at work. See, this is going down. Let's see if it pops back up. It might, but I don't think so. No, it's just going right down. See, this is retail side. This is market maker side right now. That's why I'm pretty confident in this trade. That's why I'm still in here. But I just want to show you that this is just the top of the order book. Now, they do all kinds of crazy stuff up here too, and down here. Spoof people and all that kind of craziness, but I can't see that with just the market data I have now. I mean, look at it. 8, 9. See, it's just like, nah, you ain't going up. You might think you are. Because, like, oh, I'm going to buy 11. And then, no, it's still going to go down because they're still going to add more aggressive liquidity is still going to come in. You can't really see the market maker on the order book. It just doesn't work that way. All you see on the order book for the most part is like day traders, retail peeps, swing traders, and things like that. But when you look at that, yeah, see how it just keeps increasing? I mean, don't think that nobody's buying this out. They are. It's just as they buy it out, market maker just puts more orders in. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they add to these. Uh-oh. You know what? Shoot. Nah, we're just gonna keep it, man. We're gonna keep it. If we get stopped, we get stopped. Whatever. Bullish engulfing candle. But I just want to show you this, how that works. See, one. Let's see if they want to keep this up. Nope. Nope. And then this is just coming down. And then look, 9. Let's see if that gets taken down a notch or two. All right, 9, 10. Nope. Yeah, they're just suppressing this. This is artificial suppression until this breaks through and stops people out. We're going to bust this VWAP, folks. It's happening. Because remember, when people buy, they buy at this price, right? So as this goes down, that is showing you, hey, buying, buying. But retail is buying, market maker is selling to them, and they just put more orders on the book, selling until this thing pops. And then the market maker will start buying their stops. That's what they're looking for. They're always looking for liquidity. The hedge funds, the institutions, they need sellers. They need people to buy from. Ugh, this is horrible. It just keeps bouncing up and down in this range. Man, tough. There's just not enough sellers out there. I mean, look how low this is compared to here. Just not enough sellers. But they're just going to keep doing this until retail finally starts shorting and they start selling. And then that's when you're going to see that pop. And then whoever is still long, holding out hope for a, boom to the moon, they're just going to start getting stopped out and they're going to get flushed out of the market. And then we're going to reset again. Another cycle, of ranging. More boring stuff. I mean, that's just how it works. All right. I'm just going to let this rest. I don't know how this. Man, but I don't want to. We're so close. We're so close. I'm just going to keep my eye on the top of the order book here, see what's going on. If I start seeing this go down and then back up, oh man. All right, there we go. There we go. Come on. Come on down. I just want to see it break that VWAP because I know it's going to. It did over here. I mean, not for very long, but I think it will again. And it could be a significant move. I just don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out, but it's so late. Let's see if this pops back up. Nope. Tells me, yeah, market maker's gonna let this drop. Eventually, when they get enough, when they get this number high enough, they're gonna be like, yes, here we go. We'll sell it to you. Actually, it's probably up here. This is what they're selling. All right, I'm done. We'll take a profit on that. Forget it. And watch. Now it drops, right? uh, I'm just curious. I want to see. What's this next candle going to do? I'm just curious, just for curiosity's sake. Is it going to spike up and just bounce up? Or is it going to come on down? See, I'm expecting for them to just go ahead and let this go sideways until we're like right here, and then down. Well, yeah, let's just observe this though. See how this number keeps increasing? But I don't know. It seems like a pretty good fight here. Eh, no. These bids are just getting taken out. That's showing me sell side. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, they're letting it bounce up a little bit, which is fine. Anyway, we do end the day green overall, I think. Like a $200 night, which kind of sucks. Could have been a lot more had we played our cards right. Eh, that stinks. It's gonna come down. But maybe not. I could be totally wrong. Maybe this is the reversal. I mean, we do have a. I don't know. This just doesn't look good. I mean, if you're bullish, it does look good. But who knows? This could be the magic candle right back up to the VWAP. Boom. Breakthrough. And then we're just bouncing off the VWAP from now on. Maybe I saved myself. All right. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. This is 18 Trading Strategies signing off.